Hi everybody, and welcome along to another Shearer Smokes. And you join me here at Stirling Castle on another beautiful September morning, and we're going to take a stroll around the grounds. I'm here with my good pal Marky Boy. He loves a bit of history, especially military history, as he served with the Black Watch. So we're going to take a tour around. I'm going to share some of the pictures and video footage with you. And when coming to a castle, what pipe would you bring? Well, it can only be, of course, the Peterson Dracula. Unfortunately, no smoking allowed in the grounds, obviously, but I'll find a quiet spot later on and share my thoughts with you. But until then, enjoy the footage, and I'll catch up with you later in the video. Hi everyone, so we're into the castle courtyard, and I'm just sitting outside what was called the Eastgate kitchens. I'll just drop a little picture in of the huge fireplace where a lot of the cooking would have been done. So I'm just going to spin the camera around a little bit, and you'll see in the background that is the Grand Hall. So hi everyone, we're up here on the castle ramparts, and I've got Mark, my good buddy. He's on the cams today, and if Mark just takes a little spin around, you'll see the building I spoke about in my last previous video about the castle. And this is the Grand Hall, or Royal Hall, and that's the stonework I was talking about, the Royal or King's Gold, which they discovered during restoration works. And this is how it would have looked when the building was first built. So Stirling Castle dates back to the early 12th century. The present buildings that we see in and around the courtyard date from 1490 to the 1600s. The influence on the buildings comes from English, French and German castle designs. It's had a couple of famous visitors. Mary, Queen of Scots, was crowned here in 1542. Queen Victoria came and visited the castle in 1842, and the late Queen Elizabeth II, she was actually here in June last year, and she reopened the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders Museum. Stirling Castle is actually the garrison home of the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. The commander in charge of the garrison is James Erskine, who's the 14th Earl of Mar. The garrison itself is the headquarters, and the actual Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, they're actually based in Edinburgh Barracks. So there's a lot of history involved in Stirling Castle, and it's such a great place to walk through the different buildings, and you get a really good sense of what life must have been like in living in such a grand castle. And the views, which you'll see in the pictures later in the video, are just amazing. And you can imagine the sense of awe as you came into Stirling town, and the first thing you'd be greeted with is the sight of the castle with the Grand Hall in the Royal or King's Gold colouring. It would have been a very impressive sight. So we're going to carry on having a wander around, and I'll share some of the footage and pictures with you, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to have a quick smoke in the old Dracula. But until then, enjoy the rest of the footage. actually join me now on the outside of the castle walls, and I'm able now to enjoy my Peterson Dracula. As I said at the beginning, I thought it was a very apt pipe to bring along to a castle such as this. And in the bowl I've gone for some Peter Stockaby morning blend. Again, a very apt tobacco today. It's been such an amazing morning here. The sun is out. It's getting a bit breezy now, but when we first arrived, it was a really lovely warm morning, and great to come along and visit and to have such a historic place on your doorstep. It's only about 10 miles from where I live. It's just an awesome thing. So a big thank you to Mark for coming out with me today and doing some camera work for me. That's very much appreciated. So cheers, Mark. And I hope you enjoyed the whirlwind tour of the castle itself. Of course, tourists and visitors alike bring in a lot of revenue, but the castle is also used for venues for gigs and so forth, which is great. And there's always a great event at Hogmanay, New Year's Eve, which is always well attended. A little bit of sun just came out from behind the clouds, which is nice. So so it's been a great morning. Just a little bit of interest. The famous prisoner of war camp, Colditz, remarkably, is very much alike to Stirling Castle in the way it was built, and because of that, there was a programme in the 1970s here in the UK called Colditz, based around the adventures of prisoners of war trying to escape, and they actually filmed a lot of it inside Stirling Castle due to it being remarkably alike to Colditz itself. So a little film factoid for you there. But yeah, it's a great day for September, and I'm so glad I was able to come on my day off and get a bit of filming done, and in turn share it with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll leave you with some other pictures of the castle itself, and all that remains for me is to say thank you very much for tuning in. As I say, hope you enjoyed. I've picked up a couple of new subscribers, so thank you to you guys for doing that. Really appreciate that. And this should be out for the weekend. If that's the case, I hope you're having a good one. And until next time, as always, my name's Shearer. Enjoy your smokes.